What up, YouTube? We are back and we've made some progress. I didn't film a little watt. Didn't film putting on the oil pan.
Look, Dad.
Yeah, got a bumblebee. I didn't film putting on the timing cover or the rear cover, valley tray. But you do need to use your alignment tool when you do that. But got my heads back. Yeah, see. Valve springs. All new valves. They're just stock valves, and then that's where that spark plug hole got hit. I'll post a picture of what it looked like. Not gonna lie, I severely overpaid to have these done. I don't want to talk about it. But what's done is done. And then I got ARP head studs. And this is a earlier block, so these top two bolt holes. This one and this one are shorter. The rest of these are long, and of course these are really short. And then I got my lifters soaking. I'm just reusing the lifters. One of them got hit, so I replaced it. But one lifter's only like 10 bucks, so no big deal there. And then we got some 7-layer MLS head gaskets. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these studs in the block, put the heads on it, and then it'll be ready to go back in the car. And then we'll be ready to go racing again, and hopefully this one lasts a while. We'll see. First things first with these bolt holes, you want to thread chase them, and then you want to hit them with some air. All these bolts they deadhead. So if there's any liquid in there, liquid can't really compress, so it's probably just gonna bust the block. Yeah, definitely stuff flying out of there. This is kind of hard to film, but before we get too carried away, let's put the lifters in their lifter trays. Shouldn't rotate in there. And then it's got that cutout on the top. Some of the later motor blocks have cutouts down here too, but this one don't. Anyways, lifters in the trays. Line it up. Like so. And put your little, it's got a shouldered bolt. Toss that on there. And then that gets torqued to 100. It's like 96 to 106. And torque it at 100 inch-pounds. See, I'll get all these in, torque them, and then we can put the head studs in. Alright, so I'm not 100% sure on the years, but I know the earlier years, like 99 or 98, whenever they came out, to I think 2004. See this one, That one's short. And that one's short. But the rest of these, see how long? So the 4 short ones that we have, we're gonna go ahead and put them in these corners. I'll put a little bit of ARP thread sealer. What is that stuff called? Fastener assembly lube. I said these don't go into coolant passages, so they don't need thread sealer. But anyways, hex head. It's gonna go up. Drop that in there. And then you can do this however you want. But I'm gonna run it in with an Allen key. And then once I hit the bottom, I'm gonna back out a little bit. So I like that. I'm gonna do them all that way. Made sure all my lifters are in. Torque those to 100 inch-pounds. Cleaning the surface. I'm gonna go ahead and put all these head studs in. So this is the side that I blew out, put the bolt in, took the bolt out, blew it out, put the bolt in, took the bolt out, blew it out. Really needed to order thread chasers. This is all these, excluding these, all these should be the same length. There's a couple I need to work on still. But look how high this side is. The side that I haven't put in and take out. I just put these in. Let's do it like that. Huge difference. See those dead-headed holes. Catch all that dirt and they won't let the bolt go down. I've been blowing it out. Running them in. Taking them out, blowing out the hole. But you need to make sure all these are the same length. So I'm gonna keep working on it. Alright. So this is about how far they should stick up. Whoops, I'm gonna use the millimeters. About 5.7-ish, 5.8 millimeters. And they should all be the same. They're all the same. Now these, they're tightened all the way down. And they're all the way at, the camera, 7.8. So they're like 2 millimeters higher. So what I've been doing, you saw me, I blew out the holes. Alright, I'll just throw that on the ground. I took a stock bolt and cut grooves in it. Let's see. Now watch. Shove this in there. Then I'll get a lot of gunk out of there. Let's see. Here, I'll just scoop it off. Go. See. So I've been running this bolt in and out, cleaning these threads out and blowing it out until I finally get all of them like that. They should all be way shorter than this. My bolt holes are extremely dirty. But instead of buying the special tap that goes in there, I've just been doing this. Alright, now that it's cleaned out, let's see how far it goes. I did the bolt twice and then I blew it out with air again. So about right there, just a little bit out. Look how much further it made it. Like I said, these are tight. See, it's definitely thread chaser holes. And if you don't have, it's a special. It's like 11. I'll look, M11 times 2 or something. It's a special tap. So get the stock bolt and cut it. I don't remember what size I said earlier, but if you have a thread chaser M11 times 2, I use this bolt with the cut. It worked pretty well. So now I got all my studs in. They're all pretty much the same length. They might vary just a tad. I'm not too worried about that. So now you put the gasket on. Sometimes they say front, sometimes they don't. But anyways, the coolant passages are in the back, so you know that's the back, because there is no coolant passages, and that always puts the tang up at the front. So you have to fight it over the studs. You have to get it on there pretty even. But I'll fight with those. Then I'll set the heads on, and we'll start doing that. Alright, gaskets are on. That wasn't too bad. That thing will cut your finger good though, man. Alright, so now I set the heads on there. Make sure they're sitting flat on the dowel pins. I kind of had to hit it with a rubber mallet. Get one side of this, it's like grooved up, and one side's slick. So the grooved up side goes down. Lucky for me, you would have to clean all that. Mine's already clean because they just got back from the machine shop. But put the groove side down, and then when you put the nut on there, put some lube on the bottom of the nut. When it sits on there, the washer will lock down, but the nut will spin on the washer. Like so. So I gotta lube that. Got all the nuts on there with the assembly lube. So these are 12.15 millimeters. Here's this torque sequence. All the big bolts, 25 foot-pounds, 50 foot-pounds, and then 80 foot-pounds. And then last, do the top row, 28 foot-pounds. So, about to torque these up. And then I'll have to put a little drain on here, and then, or my oil feed for the turbo, and then my oil drain here. Then we'll start tossing her in the car. Alright, all the bolts are in, torqued, 80 foot-pounds. Set the push rods in there. I don't know if these are the correct length push rods or not. I'm gonna have to look up how to figure that out. And then I put the knock sensor harness in. Usually you RTV under these, but I don't plan on this car sitting out in the rain, so just leave it. I'll be fine like this. And then I put my steam port crossover on. I couldn't find all 4 bolts, so the back ones are 10 millimeter, which is probably better since you can't get to them. And then I made the front the Allens. So all I got to do is change that crank bolt, and then I found my converter bolts, and I found my transmission bolts, but somehow I've lost my motor mount bolts, which they were mismatched anyways, so I'm gonna have to get new motor mount bolts. No biggie. And once I change this crank bolt, it's ready to go in. Got the motor mounts loose because I'll take them off. Got my drain. The drain's in a different spot. Hopefully the oil pan fits. Got my oil feed on. Flywheel's already on it. I think it's ready. I was gonna put the dipstick in, but it looks like I have to put the exhaust on first. So we'll deal with that later. Looking good.